is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Wednesday, March 3rd. We made it to hump day. I'm Tori here with Lindsay and Panthers. Jaguars? Okay. And Brandon, how you doing, Brandon?
It's great to be up here on a Wednesday, not Friday, so feeling like
Do you like my outfit, Brandon? Get to the point.
Absolutely, Lindsay.
There you go.
The feng shui of those cats.
Thank
well
you so
said.
much.
All right. Is it time, a lot of you are writing in, for America to reopen and lift COVID restrictions? Well, let me tell you why we're asking. This is Texas Governor Greg Abbott, and he announced yesterday at a press conference that his state is now open 100%. He's dropping the state's mask mandate and said businesses can reopen at full capacity in a matter of days. It's not just Texas, though. Mississippi is also ending its COVID restrictions and mask mandate, but some experts, including the dean of Brown University School of Public Health, say it's too early. Here's what he said about it on GMA.
We're so close to the finish line here in terms of vaccinating high-risk people that I wish Texas, Mississippi, other states would just hold off another little bit. We're not talking about many more months, but certainly waiting until all high-risk people are vaccinated would be a really important thing. And so I was disappointed to see those decisions.
So DBL Nation, we want to hear from you. Is it time for America to reopen, or is it too soon? So if you want your voice to be heard, go to dblvote.com to weigh in. I'm going to pose it to you guys a different way.
Please do.
Okay, in Texas, a lot of people have conservative values, and they appreciate government staying out of their business. Is that what this is, saying, look, we still recommend you wear a mask, and we're just going to stay out of your business? Or is this letting down the hospitals that are going to get overrun, the teachers, the kids, and not taking care of the state? What do you think, Linz?
Well, I read an article in the Washington Post about teachers and school officials getting blindsided by this news.
Yeah, it was a surprise announcement.
Yeah, they just were caught off guard because they're like, how are we going to tell parents? And they sent out a lot of notices yesterday, your kids still need to wear masks. So I think it needs to be a little bit more organized in order to keep people safe. But I don't want to bash Texas because there's Iowa, there's other places that have done similar things. And then there's also Chicago that's now 50% open. A lot of these Democratic-run states are now more than 50% open. So it's not like we're not going towards that. I think by the summer, you would have saw a lot of things back to normal. Now, I will say that Texas is celebrating way too early, but Texas has been in a place where they weren't really locked down like Florida. A lot of people have been running around Texas, as somebody who saw it with my own eyes, like it was closed, but not really. Restaurants were passing off, that were bars were passing off as restaurants because they served an hors d'oeuvre. So they've been finding ways around, and business owners who feel like they want to govern themselves have been finding ways around some of these restrictions anyway. So I don't think it's going to be this drastic change. I think people who want to wear masks are going to keep them on. People who don't want to wear them are going to keep doing what they've been doing.
Don't you think, Brandon, it'll cost thousands and thousands and thousands of lives? I really do.
I really don't think that, Tori. I think as you can see, the numbers in terms of cases and people and deaths, they continue to go down.
That's because we're following guidelines.
But at the same time, it's okay, since we're following guidelines and we're doing the things that we're supposed to be doing, then I see it going down even more, especially since that Joe Biden has come out and said that he expects that every adult in the United States should or has the opportunity to be vaccinated by the end of May. When you think of a lot of these states,
so wait till May.
But why? But that's easy to say because we haven't lost a paycheck yet. But when there are business owners who have followed steps and different variants programs to operate at a high level of responsibility and safety, they have slowly been allowed to open up from 50% to 55%.
But
to
this
60%.
is like wide open.
But look, with Biden saying that things are going to be open back in May, right? So now Greg Abbott has put him in a place where now Biden can make a federal mandate. Like I've been calling for a year
I have to.
But now we're in the fourth quarter, right? So it looks crazy for Biden to say on one hand, we're opening in a couple of months, but also wait, everybody wear your mask and we're locking down in certain ways in a federal way that we haven't since coronavirus started. So we're in an awkward position where governors are going to have to continue leading like they've been forced to do throughout the entire coronavirus pandemic.
Well, I don't think Greg Abbott's leading well. That's my opinion. Let's see what you guys thought. It's too soon. 76 or 78. I'm old. 76. Haraj percent say it's too soon. I just want to read Byron. He wrote in from Facebook, and I'm asking this to you guys. Are the people of Texas ready to reopen? If you are from Texas, I'd love to hear from you personally. Write us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. I'd love to get your take because you're the constituents there, and I'd love to know what you thought. Well, now to a story we wanted to get to yesterday, but we ran out of time. Amazon, It announced that it's changing the logo on its app again. So Amazon recently changed the logo to resemble one of its packages with the tape on top. But a lot of people took issue with it because they said it looks like Adolf Hitler's mustache. I'm not laughing. I'm just a little bit laughing. So the company modified it again. The new logo shows the tape without the ridges with a corner folded up on the side. So what do you think? Did the logo look like Hitler's mustache? And was it smart of them to change it? I'm Jewish, so I'm particularly sensitive to that. And if we can go back to the picture of it, I don't know if we were allowed to, but the smile of the Amazon arrow does look like a mouth, and then right over it with that small perforated, perfect toothbrush kind of mustache, you can totally see that someone should have stopped that branding along the way. Now, I didn't think like Hitler, but I certainly can see it, and now I can't unsee it.
Let me ask you a question. If this was 10 years ago and you saw that logo, before all this newfound wokeness by everyone, would you have thought Hitler 10 years ago?
Yes, because I also think we have a picture of Michael Jordan, which was about 10 years ago, in the Hanes commercial with a straight-up Hitler stash, and I never understood how that was okay.
So is he not allowed, because Michael Jordan's a black man, is he not allowed to wear that mustache?
To
because
me,
it looks like
the Hitler mustache ended after Hitler, and it can't really make a comeback because it's such a symbol of evil.
I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's a trendy thing. It's
right,
cool.
right.
But when I think of Michael Jordan and that mustache, I don't think of Hitler. I don't think of that mustache related to Hitler. I just think he has a goofy looking mustache.
Can I just say, as the resident grandma on this panel, my app didn't update and I still have the old Amazon logo.
No.
And so when I saw this, I read into why did they do this? I'm consistent. I like when things don't change. And they did it because it looks more like the boxes that they deliver. And I was like, you know what? When I think about quarantine and being locked down, Amazon packages have been the highlight of my entire time. So this is a smart idea. Get rid of the Hitler looking thing and let's keep moving.
And Michael Jordan, maybe think about changing that up. All right, coming
Grandma
up.
says it.
Grandma says. Coming up on DBL, a young model's emotional journey as she chooses to amputate not one, but both of her legs. It is an incredible story of perseverance. And women, who have sweet tooth, for rich people, usually older gentlemen, they're called sugar babies. And we'll tell you why Tiger Woods' ex-mistress is now standing up for them. Would you?
There she is, Gabby Tuft. Welcome to DBL. So your personal story is definitely one of inner strength despite your previous physique and career as a male professional wrestler who your fans once knew as Tyler Rex.
My son was murdered at 17. He didn't get to graduate. The accused has graduated. You know, he will, if he chooses, he can go to college. He'll be able to rent or own his first home. I'll never have any of these things. And so he'll be young enough to come home and live the life my son should be living.
DBL is all new every day.
Don't look at me like with that face because I'm telling you how I feel.
I'm not buying his story.
I'm already fired up.
Good.
Still in
People
Congress.
out there watching who are appalled.
You acted like I just said something crazy.
I'm so far like in my head, I don't even know what's
Leave
going
Jeff
on.
alone. No, I'm just being honest. He's trying to get clout.
I'm gonna wear a 10-gallon hat.
Lucy would have been all over you, honey.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
See see that great shot of my back?
Good back. And I also love that theme song. All right, welcome back to DBL. Tiger Woods' former mistress, Rachel Yucatel, is now the spokesperson for a dating site for sugar babies. What? So Rachel, who had an affair with the golfer back in 2009, wants to destigmatize the notion of a sugar baby. If you don't know what that is, I'll tell you. It's just a younger man or woman who dates an older, wealthier person in exchange for gifts or for money. Remember, this is all consensual again. So she recently signed a 6-figure deal to partner with a site seeking arrangement. Rachel says the site, which is for, of course, consenting adults, isn't about trading cash for sex. It's about being upfront about what you want from a relationship. According to the Daily Mail, Rachel has been active on seeking arrangement since November and claims she met her current boyfriend on the site.
Is this where we are?
What?
Is this where we are? In Women's History Month, is this what we're highlighting right now? Sugar daddies and sugar mamas and websites for sugar people.
I appreciate that in Women's History Month. Yes, there are a lot of great women I'm sure we're going to highlight as the days come along. But I just think this, don't make this a Women's History Month thing. This is literally about a woman or a man who chooses to date somebody or be comforted by somebody, hang out with somebody. And it's not for money. It's just like you provide a lifestyle that I enjoy. I know somebody that got married from sugardaddy.com. I'm not going to mention who they are. And they have 2 kids right now. And they're about 10 years older than me and living a great life.
Don't do that.
And they don't tell a lot of people that, I
swear. That's an anomaly. That's an anomaly.
It doesn't matter. It's a real story. He had more money than her at the time. Now they're happy. Who cares?
Let me ask you.
I'm not like, oh my God, let me judge Judy, this girl. Who cares?
Let me judge Judy this. Let me ask you a question, because I'm with Lindsay on this, and I want to know your take on this. I find if you're a consenting adult, you realize I want money, this person wants companionship. I don't see a problem with that, right? I really don't. As even like a feminist, I don't see it. But my question is, why does it bother you? Because who's being forced to do what? No one.
Yeah, do what you want to do. Whatever you want to do in your bedroom, this is what people do in their bedroom.
It's not the bedroom.
But why are we highlighting this? Why are we highlighting this in the sense of we're trying to make it like, oh, it's for companionship. No, it's not. If some 75-year-old dude or 75-year-old woman wants some young, hot, pretty young thing, it's not just for comfort and companionship. There's going to be some sort of transaction for sex. It's a form of prostitution. I'm sorry.
Okay,
that's all the celebrities that have spouses or people that they love that are 20, 30 years younger than them. I don't think you're saying the same thing. Lionel Richie right now has a girlfriend that just came out and said she's 30 years old. He's like 70.
I understand that, but it's not all.
And that's on him.
But
I'm not judging that man.
Is it all companionship? And that's an actual relationship.
Is every relationship all companionship? Yeah, there are a lot of layers to relationships.
But Lindsay, you know that not every time these people are going to fall in love, and that's their
Is that a problem though?
But that's not these people's intention.
But you can say the same thing about Tinder. I don't know anybody who went in there with amazing intentions, but guess what? People got married off of Tinder. People got married from eHarmony.
It's different between
this guy's telling people to go on Tinder and act serious.
I'm done. All right, I'll just say maybe this website's a little more open about what's going on, but at least they're being clear and legal.
All right.
But you guys can disagree with me.
Sugarbabies.com. Go sign up, everybody.
Oh, boy. Coming up on DBL, a model's emotional journey as she makes the life-altering decision. This is a crazy story, y'all, to amputate both of her legs, and we reveal a huge surprise just for her.
This was when I...
Love you all.
We love you, Lauren.
Energy experts are warning drivers that gas prices could hit $3 a gallon soon. So why the spike? Let's connect the dots. There are a few different reasons. The most immediate is the recent winter storm. Obviously, the Lone Star State is known for oil refineries, and that wicked weather hit those refineries hard. 11 refineries were reportedly either totally or partially shut down, taking at least 20% of the country's refinery capacity offline. Another reason for higher prices, more people are getting vaccinated against COVID-19. As more shots go into arms, Americans are itching to hit the road. All that travel will send gas prices back up. Experts also expect to see a travel surge when and if Americans get another stimulus check. The last reason is an annual event, the switch to summertime blends of gas. It usually happens in March. The higher grade gasoline used during the summer costs more to produce and always bumps up the price. AAA and Gas Buddy warn all these factors could shoot gas prices up to $3 a gallon by Memorial Day.
Welcome back to DBL. No matter the obstacle, runway model Lexi Bader refuses to give up. Just last month, Lexi had her second leg amputation with hopes of stopping her chronic pain. We've been following her amazing story since the beginning. Earlier, Erica spoke with her to get the latest and reveal a very special surprise.
Lexi Bader is an expert at hiding her pain behind her smile. After all, she's been doing it for 8 years. Photo shoot after photo shoot, she keeps her secret from the world.
I lay in bed every single day. I usually cry every single day.
Lexi has a rare nerve disease that causes crippling pain in her feet. In 2019, she decides to take aggressive action, choosing to amputate her left leg below the knee.
I wasn't sad at all. Didn't miss it. I just looked down and I was like, yes. No more pain.
But then her disease spreads and the pain returns, forcing her to choose the same fate for her right leg.
I'm scared, and I've been going through like grief. I've been going through anxiety and depression and being scared because as soon as I do this, everything in my life's gonna be completely different.
In January of this year, doctors amputated her remaining leg.
I moved from the bed to the chair today. Realizing that there's just no feet. I'll never touch sand on my feet again. No one will touch any of my feet again. There's no feet ever again.
Not only is Lexi battling the psychological side of her new reality, she is also fighting extreme pain.
I have so much pain and it won't go away. I'll stand up and she'll ask me to put it down. Not even all the way down, and it just hurts so bad. I've just been not sleeping well. I don't know. It's just been really hard lately.
In spite of it all, Lexi keeps her smile and keeps pushing forward, taking one day at a time.
It's really hard, but I'm not gonna give up because I want to snowboard next season.
Lexi, welcome back to DBL.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I'm here once again.
You are like light and grace under fire because it's been just a couple of weeks since your surgery. How are you doing today?
Today I'm actually doing really good, and since my surgery I've been better than I thought I would be, to be honest.
This isn't your first time obviously experiencing this. How has this surgery been different than your first amputation?
I can't hop a lot of places. My back does get really sore sitting in my chair a lot. I do go on my crutches, but my prosthetic side, my left side, isn't used to standing on it as long. So that's been kind of challenging. I've been using my wheelchair a lot. A lot of stuff like going to the bathroom and just doing things around the house or out in public, getting in a car, in and out of a car. That's a lot of stuff that has been different for me.
Well, Lexi, we so love having you on because you are so transparent with your testimony. You have been an inspiration to so many people, and every time we speak to you, you come fully yourself. But I know that there have been hard parts of this process. So overall, what has been the hardest thing for you?
I think the hardest, it started, in the hospital. This time I wasn't allowed any visitors. And out of all of the surgeries I've had in my life, I've never woken up without my parent there or a friend. And this time was really difficult for me emotionally and physically because I didn't have anyone there for 3 weeks while I was in the hospital. And it hurt so bad. But yeah, that's what's happening this morning. But hopefully my day will get better.
Were there tips or tricks that you used for those weeks that you were in the hospital by yourself that might be of benefit to someone who's in the hospital right now?
Well, the one main thing is just definitely having a strong support system, and that could be family, that could be support groups, that could be virtual support groups, that could be talking with others, reaching out. And I know reaching out for help is something that all of us struggle with, but it's definitely something that you need to get through this, not alone. Definitely making friends with the nurses. I love the nurses. They're always super kind, always do my hair, makeup. And, I had a really bad day one time and I was crying, and this one nurse came in, she held my hand and she told me that she's here for me and that she'll never let go. And I was just crying in pain and she was just holding my hand. I just needed that, because if I was all alone and she wasn't there for me like that, then it would just suck.
I appreciate you sharing that story, because I know that's going to resonate with so many others. You have officially become a DBL family member. We think so highly of you. We love you. But we aren't the only ones who want to share your story. So we do have a little surprise for you. We reached out to our friends at Cherry Creek Fashion, a fabulous magazine that focuses on storytelling with fashion, so it seems very much up your alley, and sharing the lives of inspiring people. And girl, they want to do a full spread on your story and put you on the cover of their summer issue.
Oh, look at my armpits! Oh my God! Thank you! That's amazing!
Lexi, I am so excited for you. I know the folks at Cherry Creek Fashion, you guys are going to have amazing synergy. I cannot wait to see this photo shoot, girl.
Oh, I don't even know what to say. I'm like blushing, I'm sweating.
It's amazing. And girl, Vogue, okay? Love it. Lexi's story is far from over. To follow along on her journey, check out her Instagram, abader.26. You can also donate to her GoFundMe page. Just search Lexi Bader on GoFundMe.com. What a strong chick. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
The Verify team is here to break down rumors, and we do so by going to the vetted experts. Maybe you've seen tweets like this: pharmaceuticals are immune to vaccine lawsuits, saying that you can't sue over severe side effects or death caused by the vaccine. So let's verify. Do pharmaceutical companies have legal immunity? Our sources are a pair of law professors, Peter Myers from GW Law and Lawrence Gostin from Georgetown Law. First off, medical experts emphasize that severe symptoms are very rare. That was studied before the vaccines were approved. But what about for those who do have severe reactions? Can pharmaceutical companies be sued by them?
If you just have an adverse effect or an illness that results from a vaccination, you can't sue them.
The basis for this is something called the PrEP Act, short for the Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act. In times of public health emergencies, it offers some liability protection to vaccine makers, but not complete immunity. You could still sue if there's what's called willful misconduct.
They can't mislead, deceive, be fraudulent, hide information.
The PrEP Act also created a fund for those impacted by vaccine side effects called the CICP.
Countermeasures, injury compensation program.
Those who suffered injuries from the vaccine can apply for compensation.
For your lost income, for whatever medical expenses you've incurred.
So we can verify that yes, pharmaceutical companies do have some protection against lawsuits, but not total immunity.
Social media is being entirely misleading in saying that vaccine companies just get a get out of jail free pass.
With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozloff for Mile High Mornings.
DBL is all new every day.
Don't look at me like with that face, because I'm telling you how I feel.
I'm not buying his story.
No, I'm just being honest. He's trying to get clout.
I'm going to wear a 10-gallon hat.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for a security alert sponsored by LifeLock. Now, many people have been posting their COVID vaccine selfies on social media, but remember Dr. Coley told us you should think twice about it. By posting your vaccine card online, you're actually giving scammers access to your personal information, like your full name, your birth date, and using only those two pieces of information, scammers can figure out your social security number. They can open accounts in your name, they can even claim your tax refund and more. Unfortunately, this is all too common. Are you ready for this stat? 1 in 4 people has experienced identity theft. So if your information has been breached, LifeLock is here to help. LifeLock keeps you and your digital identity secure from cyber criminals. From social media to your social security number, LifeLock has you covered. Call 1-800-439-9017 or visit lifelock.com to learn more. Good tip.
I really love how you did that voiceover, but we have a comment. And it came to my other box in my DMs for Instagram, and this person says, Brandon, today on DBL, you were 100% right about how small businesses need to open because people aren't getting paid and losing jobs, lives. Just because that blonde girl isn't affected because she is privileged doesn't mean other people aren't affected. Please show her this. Thank you.
Okay, well, first, COVID, I'm not allowed to touch it, but I will say this. I hope you realize that it's not privilege, it's my care for other people's safety and hospitals and teachers that I'm worried about. DBL's new every day. We're privileged to see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Thank you.